how to tell if your fuel injectors are dirty and clean them. Ever notice your car hesitating, shaking at idle, or burning through more gas than usual? You might be dealing with dirty or clogged fuel injectors, and that can throw your whole engine off balance. These little nozzles have one job: deliver a fine mist of fuel at the perfect moment for combustion. But when they get gummed up, that precise spray turns into a sputter, and your performance starts to tank. And hey, welcome to Auto V Fix, where we help you diagnose and fix your car problems in an easy-to-follow steps. Let's talk about how to spot dirty injectors, what causes them to fail, and how you can clean and prevent the problem before it leads to bigger issues. When injectors start clogging, your engine gives you clues. The first one? Poor performance. You might notice the car struggling to start or taking longer cranks before firing up. Acceleration feels sluggish, and sometimes the car hesitates when you hit the gas. In worse cases, it may even stall at stoplights or refuse to start altogether. Another red flag is rough idling, or engine misfires. When the injectors can't spray fuel evenly, the combustion process inside the cylinders becomes uneven too. The result is that shaky, vibrating idle where your RPMs jump around. You might hear popping, knocking, or pinging sounds, especially when the engine is under load. Keep an eye on your tachometer. If the needle's bouncing around for no reason, that's a solid hint your injectors need attention. Then there's your fuel economy. If you're suddenly getting fewer miles per gallon, it might not just be your driving habits. Dirty injectors can't deliver the right mix of fuel, forcing the engine to burn more than necessary just to keep up. That means more money at the pump and less performance on the road. On diesel engines, the signs can get even more obvious. You might see black or blue smoke coming from the exhaust, which means the fuel isn't burning properly. Sometimes the exhaust even smells off, strong and acrid. That's unburned fuel leaving your tailpipe, and it's a clear sign your injectors aren't metering fuel correctly. Of course, the check engine light often joins the party when things get bad enough. The vehicle's computer keeps tabs on how much fuel is being delivered. If something's off, say one cylinder isn't getting enough, it'll trigger the light. Reduced power and rough running usually follow soon after. And if you ever notice fuel leaks under the hood, especially near the fuel rail or injector body, don't ignore them. Those rubber seals around the injectors endure a lot of heat and pressure, and once they crack or harden, leaks can develop. That's not just inefficient, it's unsafe. Now, why do injectors get dirty in the first place? Most often, it's from fuel contamination, tiny particles of dirt, carbon, and residue that build up over time. Cheap or poor quality fuel can make things worse, especially if it comes from older gas stations with rusty or sediment-filled tanks. If your fuel filter hasn't been changed in a while, debris can sneak through and plug the injector tips. Vehicles that sit for long periods are also at risk. Gasoline left sitting too long breaks down into sticky varnish, which coats the inside of the injectors. And since most fuels contain ethanol, which attracts water, that moisture can lead to rust. Once rust particles enter your fuel system, they can cause all kinds of trouble. Another habit that hurts injectors? Running your fuel tank too low. The pump pulls from the bottom of the tank where all the sediment lives, pushing that grit straight toward the injectors. Over time, that's like running sandpaper through the system. And for cars with gasoline direct injection, also known as GDI, the challenge gets trickier. In older engines, fuel sprayed behind the intake valves helped wash them clean. But in direct injection systems, fuel goes straight into the combustion chamber, bypassing those valves completely. That means carbon buildup can form faster, and cleaning it out requires special methods. All right, let's talk solutions. The best approach to injector care is prevention. Always fill up at trusted gas stations, ideally those listed as top-tier suppliers. These fuels already have quality detergents mixed in. Chevron's Techron, for example, is well known for keeping fuel systems clean. Next, stay on top of your fuel filter changes. That filter is your injector's first line of defense. Follow the interval in your owner's manual, usually every 20,000 to 40,000 miles. Try to drive your car regularly. Letting it sit for months allows fuel to degrade and varnish to form. And when you do drive, avoid running the tank near empty. Keeping at least a quarter tank helps prevent sediment from being stirred up. Also, consider scheduling a professional fuel system cleaning every couple of years, especially if you notice symptoms creeping in. For basic maintenance, though, you can clean your injectors yourself using a fuel system cleaner. These are chemical additives that dissolve deposits inside the injectors and fuel lines. To use one, pour the cleaner into your gas tank before filling up. This ensures it mixes properly with the fuel. Then, drive normally, preferably a longer trip at highway speed, to let it circulate. You'll usually start to notice smoother performance and better throttle response within a tank or two, roughly 100 to 300 miles. Most car owners use a cleaner every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, or about every oil change. But here's the key. Not all cleaners are made equal. Look for products that list PEA, or polyethyramine, as an active ingredient. It's one of the few detergents proven to dissolve carbon effectively. Techron Concentrate Plus, BG44K, and Redline SI1 are three popular options that many mechanics recommend. Before we continue, if this video is helping you understand how to keep your car running like new, hit that like button and subscribe to AutoVFix. We post clear, practical explanations like this every week to help you diagnose issues and save on repairs. Now, a word of caution. Additives can help maintain your system, but they're not a magic fix for everything. If your injectors are severely clogged or completely blocked, adding a cleaner might actually make things worse by dislodging too much debris at once. That gunk can then clog the fuel filter or other lines downstream. Overusing additives can also wear out rubber seals and gaskets. If you've used two treatments back-to-back with no improvement, say the misfires or rough idle persist, it's time for a professional diagnosis. A mechanic can test injector resistance with a multimeter to see if the electrical side is working. Most gasoline injectors should read between 10 and 15 ohms, anything much higher or lower points to an internal fault. If the injector itself isn't completely dead, it can usually be cleaned through an ultrasonic cleaning process. In this method, the injectors are removed from the engine and placed in a special bath where sound waves create microscopic bubbles in a cleaning solution. Those bubbles collapse, scrubbing away carbon and varnish at a microscopic level. Afterward, the injectors are flow tested to make sure each one sprays evenly again. However, if an injector has failed electrically, meaning it has no resistance or won't respond to voltage, it can't be fixed. Replacement is the only option. Keeping your injectors clean doesn't just restore power. It protects your engine, improves fuel economy, and helps you avoid expensive repairs down the road. It's a small effort with big rewards for your car's performance and longevity. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up and share it with someone dealing with a no-start problem right now. And if you want more car advice explained in plain English, don't forget to subscribe to AutoVFix so you can stay one step ahead of your repairs and keep more money in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.